How's it going, Cosmos? Merry Christmas and happy holidays. This is the holiday edition of Cloud Nine and a Half. Thanks for coming on out to Cloud Nine and a Half. Today we've got special guests, possibly Tom Cheshire. I think he's on his way, maybe. We've got Rory Penland, Diane Coll, and Renee Yaworsky. So thanks for coming on out. We're going to roll right into a skit here. Here's one skit with Diane and Rory.
Welcome to your first therapy session. Can you tell me your name
Grinch.
and your last name?
Grinch. It's just the Grinch.
And what is your address?
Creepy cave at the top of the mountain overlooking Whoville. Are we going to spend a lot of time in this session on my particulars, Doc, or can we email those in?
Sorry, that's all I need for now.
Good, because I'm not sharing my weight or my age with you.
It says here that you're depressed.
Yeah, well, that kind of happens for this time of the year.
I see. Depressed around the holidays?
Well, everyone seems to get their act together at Christmas, but I just curl up in a fetal position and try to block it all out.
Yes, many people feel lonely at this time of year.
Yes, I read that suicide rates go up at this time of the year, and as festive as that might be, I'm still down.
Tell me, are you having feelings of inadequacy?
No! Homicide rates go up this time of the year too, you know.
What is it about Christmas that bothers you the most?
Mostly the noise.
Oh, I understand. The Jing Tinglers.
Yep.
And the Flubers.
Hate them.
The Ta Tinkers.
They don't tinker me.
The Garginkers.
Gah!
The...
Okay, I know, you get it. You understand. You get it.
All right. We'll change the course of questioning. Is there anyone who you celebrate Christmas with?
Just Max, my dog.
An emotional support pet?
Well, I wouldn't go as far as to say that.
So it's just you and Max up there all alone?
Hey, you make me sound like a recluse. Listen up, I won't be fondling snow globes on my deathbed saying, Rosebud. Okay, although it is a big bitchin' sleigh I've got.
I'm sure it is, but no invites to Whoville Christmas parties?
Hey, I'm not a leper either. You may find this hard to believe, but I used to own Christmas around here.
That is fascinating. Please tell me more.
Well, I would come down to town, carve the roast beast, then they even wrote songs about me, okay? All right, they weren't very flattering songs, but hey, I showed them how to do Christmas without boxes, without bags, without bows, ribbons, or tags.
I remember that. You fixed the lights on my Christmas tree.
Holy hoo-hash! You're that crazy kid who wets the bed. Get me out of here.
Mr. Grinch, we're going to skip the wet the bed part, but Mr. Grinch, if you like, can you come to our family dinner on Christmas Eve?
Sorry, kid. Send me a Christmas card instead. I was just yanking your chain. Gift cards for pizza would be nice, too. Ciao.
And that's a cut.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you guys. That was great. And now we're going to cut to a commercial. Yes, New Year's is going to be a special time. We've got Jay's Jam Fest 12 or 11. Sorry. Jay's Jam Fest 11 kicking off at noon on New Year's Eve. And we're going to have, Rory Penland's going to headline at 8. And then at 10 o'clock, Renee's going to open up an open New Year's Eve party for as many of us as we can cram in there. And we're gonna wait until midnight and count down for the New Year's. And I'm still trying to figure out how late this is gonna go because I know we got time zones and all that. And Rory's got a long night. We'll see if maybe he's absolutely welcome to cut out and come back in. But and then the next day, January 1st is the next episode of Cloud 9.5. So we'll have a special New Year's Day episode there. That'll be a surprise what I'm doing for that one. I'm not going to do what I was originally going to do. I was actually kind of thinking about taking 12 inches off of this, but I've grown a little attached to it. It's kind of grown on me. And so I might wait until my birthday in June. Give it another 6 months. Got to cut it so that there's still enough left over to still have a lot of hair, and then the 12 inches will go to wigs for kids. That's my plan. But anyways, so we're going to go to a second skit. Here's another skit with Rory and Diane. I've rambled enough.
This is a classic Burns and Allen sketch, George Burns and Gracie Allen, from a radio show around Christmas time in the mid-40s. So, Gracie, look at this stack of bills. How could you buy that many Christmas gifts? Where did you find them?
Oh, I just opened up my charge account and there they were.
And you figured that
You'd pay for it, yeah.
Well, you're out of luck, because I'm going to stop being the goose that laid the golden egg.
You mean you're going to stop telling jokes on the radio?
No, never mind, Gracie. Now, suppose you start explaining some of these Christmas bills. Who got this $125 hat? Had to adjust for inflation.
Oh, I gave that to Clara Bagley. I decided to break up a friendship.
Then why did you give her an expensive hat?
Well, I have one exactly like it, and when she sees me with it on, well, then she'll stop speaking to me.
There's got to be a cheaper way to lose a friend. Here's a bill for a bushel of nuts sent to San Francisco. Who'd you send those to?
My mother. That was your suggestion, George. Every time I said, "What will we send, Mother?" you'd say, "Nuts to her."
I should give your mother a bushel of nuts. What did she ever give me?
She gave you me. I'm as good as nuts.
You can say that again.
I'd rather not. I didn't like the way it sounded.
And you got this chromium chair with a plastic seat for who?
Oh, that's for my brother Willie. He's building his own house with the GI loan, and he's crazy about antique furniture.
A chromium chair with a plastic seat is not an antique.
It will be by the time the house is built.
Okay. How about this necklace? Who got that?
My sister Bethy. She needed it to hide her appendicitis scar.
On her neck? An appendicitis scar is on your stomach.
I know, but Bethy was so ticklish. They had to...
So they had to operate on her neck. Okay, yes, I see. You made that up, didn't you?
I was just trying to amuse you.
Well, I'm not amused. Those relatives of yours are costing me a fortune. Here's a bill for a pair of earrings.
Now, don't scream about those, George. I bought those for one of your relatives.
Oh, yeah? Who?
Your wife.
I should have known.
Dun, 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 dun.
That was awesome. Thank you, guys. I have to credit Rory for he wrote both of those, right?
Well, no, the Burns and Allen sketch I just transcribed from the radio
right.
show, but I did write the Grinch sketch.
Awesome.
Yes. Thank you for having me read those skits. That was fun.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'll bring you guys back here in a couple of minutes. So right now, you have to forgive me. I'm opening up what's up and what's new. I had it open, and then I had to restart my computer, and now I got to open up the file again. Sorry. All right. So now we're going to go into what's up. So today in what's up, we've got quite a bit of news. The Orion spacecraft, which was part of the rocket that went to the moon for the Artemis 1 mission, it has re-entered the atmosphere and safely splashed down into the ocean. Now, we're set to go back in 2024 with the first woman and the first person of color to go to the moon. Well, that wasn't funny. They will be setting up for a new cheese factory. There we go. Yeah, lunar green cheese. Time magazine has named their picture of the year, and it goes out to the ultra deep field picture from the James Webb Space Telescope. Oh, yeah. I think not sure if I put the right. Yeah, that's the one. Okay. I confused myself in my picture. Anyhow, I love that picture. That's absolutely one of my favorite pictures. I've even found some underwear in that pin. So let's move over to what's new. There were lots of headlines in the entertainment industry. Metallica announced they will be going on tour to promote a new album. We'll be calling it 72 Seasons, which is actually the name of the nursing home they used to record the album. It was like a dual nursing home / recording studio. I mean, they're Metallica. They can afford it. 9 Inch Nails creator Trent Reznor announced he was leaving Twitter. He says he doesn't like the arrogance of the billionaire class, and they shouldn't just step in and fix things as they see fit. New Twitter CEO Elon Musk responded by saying, "Trent Reznor, you're just a crybaby musician." Then Trent Reznor said, "Nuh-uh." Then Elon said, "Yeah-uh." And Trent said, "You're just a big rich meanie." Then Elon said, "Mom, 9 Inch Nails is being stupid." Arizona man was ticketed for using the HOV lane inappropriately. The high occupancy lane is designed for vehicles with 2 or more occupants. This man tried to get away with using an inflatable Grinch to use the HOV lane. Of course, there are other inflatable dolls people have used in the past for this. At least this guy stuck with the seasonal theme. That's classic. Okay, so all right, we're going to go to the CBD clip now. Here's another word from our sponsor. So now, I'd like to bring on our guests for the show. Today we're having a Christmas party. There's Diane, there's Rory, and Renee. Hi, everybody.
Hello. Oh, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy to have everybody here.
And happy
Happy to
Hanukkah.
have Renee here today. Renee's part of every episode, and we never see her. She's always in the background, hiding.
Always tinkering in the background, getting things wrong, like that laugh after that was a fake. That was not supposed to happen. I was like 2 seconds too quick on it, but it's all
I
right.
know
That's
that
a-
feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dun, dun.
It's a great
That's
laugh
cool.
track.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. I like the Grinch hand thing. He always does that in the cartoon. The Grinch
Yeah.
does that.
Yeah.
It's very,
It's so
very
creepy,
cool.
isn't it?
It's very
Mhm.
creepy. Yeah.
I love how everybody's dressed. Everybody's dressed perfect.
Except for
Yeah.
me, I just rolled into it. But I thought I had I think I do. I have a Santa hat somewhere, but I couldn't find it. I don't know
Your
where
Ah,
it
Christmas
went.
box?
Yeah, I have it somewhere. I'll still keep looking for it.
I gotta bend over. I've got the cosmos symbol in my eye.
Oh yeah.
I was
Ouch.
trying to. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Here, I'll do it. Ow! Ow!
Ah!
Ow!
We'll
Ow.
take
In
turns.
my eye.
You
We'll
just
take
got to scoot over. You have the star on your head.
That's right. Yeah. There. Wait. Yeah. There you go. This is actually perfect if I do it that way.
There you go.
Hold on.
Always
It's
gotta have a star on
perfect.
top.
Oh, that's wonderful. I look like a
There you
Christmas
go.
tree. It's so great.
So this is a celebration for me because this is the first episode I get to spend in my new house. So we've got some new
Yay.
background.
Oh yeah.
We've got
Congratulations.
And you were out
Well-
shoveling snow today.
yeah,
I'm gonna applause that.
yeah. I got the whole. Everybody's finally,
Looks
for the
great.
most part, unpacked. In
Yeah,
the
looks
next
good.
couple of weeks, I'm
I
gonna
think-
set up in the
yeah.
basement, and I'll have a whole different backdrop behind me that I'm gonna try and light up. So
I'm impressed by
it
how settled
transforms
you are.
slowly over the next couple of weeks, or maybe the next couple of months. But
You know, Jay, I'm impressed that I mean everything looks settled in, and you have your tree up already.
yeah,
That's amazing.
yeah, we had to get the tree up. We had to give it that Christmassy feel and make it feel like home.
Yeah, yeah.
It looks very festive. It looks like a home. It looks like you've been living there for a while. It looks like very warm and inviting. That's so
It
cool.
does.
Yeah, I have to give my wife a lot of credit on that. I brought all the boxes in, and the place was like filled with boxes. And she went through and put everything in its place real fast. And
Aww.
yesterday, I had the Graves' disease was affecting me, and I didn't feel like I couldn't get a whole lot done. I had plans of getting a whole lot done, and she's buzzing around like a chipmunk getting everything done, and I'm just pretty much kind of moping around, all tired.
Yeah, yeah.
So
But
she put everything away, and now none of you knows where anything is.
Yeah, pretty much. I kept asking, "Where's the big spoon?"
oh,
So, who's got Christmas traditions? What do you guys do every single year for Christmas? Something you guys do every year?
Well, you
Open
know-
open one gift on Christmas Eve.
That's a good tradition.
We do
I like
that one too. Yeah.
yeah. I have a very kind of austere Christmas Eve tradition. It's from the Slovak side of my family. Is we open one gift every Christmas Eve, but we have salmon patties. We have a very bland kind of dinner: salmon patties, mashed potatoes, and peas, and that's been Christmas Eve dinner. And the other thing we have is milk soup, which is I know.
Milk
Members
What goes into milk soup other than milk?
just go,
Yeah.
"Oh my gosh."
Dare I ask?
You warm up milk, butter, and you just put in pepper, and it is but you can also put noodles in. But it's a Slovak Eastern European tradition, and it's one of those things that when I haven't done Christmas Eve that way, I miss it. I really miss it. So I've got that slated for this year too. Bland.
Yeah.
Throw some matzo balls in there.
I'll explain why that is. So of course, I do Ukrainian Christmas, and so we have 2 Christmases. We do the December 25th, but then we also do January 7th because we honor both the East and the Western calendars. But Christmas Eve in the East is a day of fasting.
Ah,
Part of Saint Andrew's fast, which lasts throughout December. So like we eat fish and pierogies and all that, but you're not supposed to really be celebrating yet. So I think that's why they're supposed to be like
Yeah.
your not favorite dishes. And then Christmas Day is when the real thing starts. So that's so cool. And one of my great grandmothers was Slovak. So
Oh.
yeah, they do mention that.
Oh,
They
have
have
you
a
ever
lot of
done the
traditions about
oblaki?
Christmas Eve. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever
The
done the
West is
oblaki
so
on
messed
Christmas
up.
Eve?
What
I
do you
mean,
say,
he's
Diane?
fasting and we're eating a chocolate every day, for 28 days.
What did
Yep.
Diane say? I heard.
I'm sorry,
What did you
Diane.
say?
Oh,
It's
that's
okay.
okay. Renee, have you ever done a oblaki on Christmas Eve? Oblaki.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Yes.
Yeah. In fact, I need to get I get them from Poland. Usually the Poles make some really good ones, and it's great. And I put honey on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes.
The Slavs unite. The Slavs are
I
going to take over
know.
the world. Oh wait,
Fist
it's
bump,
okay.
fist
Fist bump, Slavic, this one. And guess who just walked in? Tom Cheshire.
Tom Cheshire.
It's beginning to be
Oh
a
my
Slavic Christmas.
goodness. I am so sorry. I had everything planned and then all of a sudden Wi-Fi connections. But I'm here and I'm just sorry I'm late, but it's lovely to see everyone.
Hey, you're fashionably
Hey,
late.
Tom.
If you're still here, that's plenty of time to
Happy
hang out.
holidays. Merry
But you
Christmas
made it.
to you beautiful people. Good to see you. Thanks for having us, Jay.
Yep.
We
So
love
Tom,
and
we're
of course
talking
Tom.
about we're
Tom
talking
is
about
coming.
Christmas traditions. Do you have any Christmas traditions
Yeah.
that you do every year?
Well, everything you guys said sounds so wonderful. I love watching good Christmas movies, and Die Hard is on that list. And I'm a big fan of eating Chinese food every Christmas.
Nice.
It's the
We're
best.
going to eat Chinese tonight, my daughter and I.
Yeah. I
There you
mean,
go.
Tom, talk about last night.
last night,
There's another Christmas tradition.
Jeffrey Butcher knows how to throw a party. He just celebrated his 15th year in a row doing Vince Guaraldi's jazz album, Charlie Brown Christmas. And I was lucky enough to be in town, and he asked me to sing a few songs with him, and he does it right. He has this surf band open up called the Frigidaires, and they do the Ventures full Christmas album, which is amazing. So it's a surf band doing Ventures Christmas, and then they come on and they play the film. So, I mean, literally, it's just I'd say from ages 22 to 85. And old couples are there wearing Christmas sweaters with lights, with connected to each other, holding hands and dancing. And you see Charlie Brown and Snoopy and the gang behind them, and they do the whole album. And then they bring out these wonderful girls who sing. And then they did Phil Spector's Christmas album, which is amazing. And I got up and did a few songs with them, and it was just a great vibe. I did last night and the night before with them, and it's just I'm still smiling talking about it. It was amazing.
There's just something about the Charlie Brown soundtrack. It's just my favorite Christmas music.
Yeah, same here. And again, like he said, there was people in their 80s there. That goes back to 1965 or 66, doesn't it? So
it really does. I didn't even know the full story behind it, but I had we had Renee and I had Butcher on the last episode of Burned Down of 2022, and we were talking about it. And I guess the record label went to Dave Brubeck and wanted him to do it, and he was like, "Man, I don't want anything to do with this. This sounds like a cheesy idea." And according to Butcher, they were like, "Well, let's find the next white jazz musician who will do it for real cheap." And it was Guaraldi, and he absolutely just killed it, And I mean, talk about everyone on this panel right now, and everyone who watches us, and why we all met in the past few years, why we do what we do, is because I think we're all passionate people, and we're big fans of being in sentimental moods. And it was full of that, arm hairs going up, and magical couple of days.
Oh, man, to hear that live. Oh man. Oh, great.
Yeah, and right before we did it, someone sent me a note. I forget who it was, but I'll look back. Thank you for the inspiration. And someone goes, "Is anyone streaming this?" And I sent a note to Renee, and it might have been Renee who actually said, "Is anyone streaming it?" But I said, "Should I do it? And should we do it on CCTV?" So it's all most of the show is on CCTV from last night, and this little phone of mine, it pulled through. Literally, I think to the last song I was down on 3%. you know, but
I was
we
hoping
got
that
it.
it would stay out. Yeah,
No.
because I said to Tom, because Tom was posting these awesome pictures, and I was like, "Wait, you gotta live stream this!" And he's like, "Hold on, I got it." And he
Yeah,
started live streaming, and I was there.
Oh,
Well,
that's
it was
great.
awesome. It was so
I
great,
can't wait
yeah,
to watch
and it was
it.
really
so
cool
good.
because at the end, I invited like Denise and a few people on stage, and people had cameras, and I was like, let's get the crowd, and we ended with is it do we know it's Christmas time at all? And you got the whole crowd singing, and so you have like there's Snoopy on stage playing guitar, and like basically you just see the whole crowd going feed the world. And it's really the spiritual, and I don't know if you guys have talked about religion yet. Sorry I'm late. I'm not very religious, but I do consider myself spiritual, and I know Renee and I have talked about that. I've heard Jay talk about that. It's like sometimes you just need to, at least for me, not worry about that, and how about it's more about tradition and family and love. And
Mhm.
I think every Christmas I'm going to be with people I love, no matter what. So and that's
Mhm.
important.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Yeah. I
celebrating
think, I
That's what
think,
it's
the
all
light.
about. Yeah.
yeah, spending time with your family, creating the memories and everything, and everybody getting together and being nice to each other. That's what Christmas is. You know,
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and Bucer is so funny. Like, I mean, I don't know if you guys, I whispered it in some complete stranger's ear. I was like, I've been doing music with this guy for almost 20 years. His jokes are the absolute worst and the best and the best, So like in
I think
between
it's the
songs.
delivery. It's
Yeah.
the
In
delivery.
between
So
It's
songs.
bad,
very
they're good.
understated the way he says them, and
Like
sometimes he
he's
just
like,
puts in a zinger, and you don't even know it till he gets you.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
his
And some
personality. Like, yeah.
and
Stealth.
some of it's straight up like Bart Simpson ripoffs. He's like, listen, we all can agree that we're very, very happy and we're grateful for the birth of this guy Santa Claus. And then and he's like, this next song was written by Maury Povich. It's called Whose Kid Is It?
And don't forget Montel Williams.
Yeah, exactly.
Tom, you're rocking the beard. It's kind of Santa-like there. You look
Oh
cool.
yeah, I'm going for it.
Yeah,
It's the time to do it. Getting
absolutely.
inspiration from my man Jay.
yeah. I had to trim mine up. It's starting to get a little too long in some
Mhm.
places. On the sides here, it likes to come in all white, but then the rest of it's still red. So I got to figure out where.
Yeah, mine comes in straight gray these days. It's ridiculous. Rory, I love hearing you paint. You paint me to sleep often. A lot of the replays, I have to tell you, and that's a compliment. It's not it's
Nice
just
to know I'm
something
putting people to sleep.
just soothing as hell. I put it on, and I'm like, I hear you tell. It's like you're dreaming me away. I appreciate it.
It's like I love it. It's so calming, isn't it? Like it's
It's
one of my
really,
favorite
it's
things.
so
I'm
lovely.
usually in bed and I just have it on, and it's great.
Yeah, I had to go solo this week. Sandy got caught up at a school function, so I almost canceled. But I had all my paints on my palette and everything, and I wanted to paint a Santa
Right.
Claus picture, so I went ahead and did it myself. And no Lars Nagel CDs were given out, or Diane Coll CDs.
Aw.
No trivia. I couldn't juggle everything myself. So
Right.
It's a nice change of pace, though,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I do got to say, Diane, your new show, oof, it's like it is on the pulse of everything that I think my brain and my anxiety has went through the past 2 years.
Oh, thank you. That's the intention.
Really really timely and topical, and really I don't know. I'm very excited about 2023 for all of us.
Yes.
She's helping the
yes.
world. All the topics that she's covering is stuff that's very stuff that people need. I'm just getting some little shots here of us together, but
Yeah.
I mean everything that
stuff
she's
that
talked
I
about.
need
She's going to be
too.
doing gaslighting. She's going to be doing gaslighting soon, which is like a really big topic. But every topic
Yeah.
she's covered, I've learned so much. It's incredible, and everybody's been saying the same thing.
Yeah, it's
Thanks,
so good.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. It's I was just working on a bit of my outline for the up until May, and I'm going to do a lot more on boundaries because there's so out there. And the reason I do it is, it's something that I've had to learn and I'm still learning. So it's sort of like anything I do on the show, it really is like I'm going through this or I've gone through it. And
right. Or someone's approached you and asked you for your advice on it. Because I know you without knowing it or not, have given me a lot of advice, so it's really, really good. Are you familiar with Killer Mike, the rapper from Atlanta? He's half part of the awesome rap group Run the Jewels, and he's done a lot of stuff with Outkast. But you should check out Sunday morning show. I think either this week or last week they just did a piece on him, and he is phenomenal. And I mean, early on he was doing interviews with Bernie Sanders, and he just started his own show on PBS called Love and Respect, and it's just him wearing a sweatsuit and him interviewing politicians on the right and the left, saying, I'm giving you your voice, let's talk. And it is absolutely awesome.
Oh wow, I will definitely check that out.
His name is Killer Mike, and he does so much for the Atlanta community. He's opened up barbershops all over town, and he's just like, listen, everyone gets their time, whether I agree with him or not. He did a really, really big speech when a lot of the bad stuff, but it was a reaction because of action a couple of summers ago when BLM riots were happening, and because of the aftermath of the George Floyd murder, there was some burnings and businesses in Atlanta being destroyed and stuff. And the mayor actually reached out to him, and his speech was just he goes, I don't want to be here. He goes, I was asked to be here, but I don't want to be here. But I do need to tell you, what do we do and burn our own cities? He goes, we have to do something else. And it was just amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, that whole experience gets twisted and portrayed as being and what it really was.
Right.
Which was protesting the George Floyd, the injustices that were happening at the time. And it wasn't from so much one political side as it was, people of the city just upset about what was going on.
Right. And he even talked about that. He says, he goes, listen, he goes, I'm here. I've been asked to do this, and I know I have this voice. He goes, but I understand why everyone did what they did. He goes, I definitely understand that. But anyway, we were watching it here, and I had some people here helping me work on some projects, and I just said, everyone, this is what I want CCTV to be. This is what I want the future of Burn It Down to be, and Cosmic. This is what I want, the platforms us to do with Renee, and just like simple, educational, inspirational, and awesome,
and uplifting, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Lifting each other up. Yeah. Yes.
I just wanted to admire the moment here. We with both present and past shows. I've got Burn It Down, It's Casual, the Pause Button, R&D Cafe. I've got all these show hosts on Cloud 9.5. So,
because we love you, Jay.
And the Big Monster Briefing Room.
Yeah.
And
there's
and look who it is.
Howdy, y'all.
How you doing, JP? Good to
I'm
see you,
doing
buddy.
all right, man. I'm doing good. I'm glad to be here with y'all.
Where's your Christmas
I
hat?
love y'all. What'd you say?
Where's your Christmas
Who's
hat?
asking me? I am sad to say that I don't have one.
Oh,
So
that's it. What's your address?
This green sundrop hat is the closest you're gonna get at the moment. And if you see someone,
we gotta get you a Santa's favorite. This is another one I got.
Yeah, I saw that Philly stitched Santa hat. If you're wondering who's about to come in behind me, that'll be my brother Evan. So everybody say hi to Ev. There he is. Evan is not particularly. Evan is not particularly camera friendly, but he's better looking than I am. I'll say that.
Oh, shut up! Hey, I was gonna say again to you, Jay. Congratulations. 9.5 is an awesome platform because I love the idea of multi. Like just even looking at this, it's like I'm looking at 6 people that I would stop and listen to, their opinions on stuff, 5 people who would, 9.5 people.
She's there.
Yeah. But it's awesome.
Thanks. I try to. I was kind of inspired by, I guess, Saturday Night Live and Mad TV and the Daily Show when I was putting all this together.
And Monty Python.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So the main thing, I guess, my biggest goal with this show is humor.
Yeah. Okay, so each of us got to give you a couple of jokes.
Oh, heck yeah.
I
Yeah.
got a Lars Nagel classic for you.
Awesome.
I did mention this on Burn It Down with Butcher, but that's okay. But for anyone else who didn't catch the episode to hear this joke, it happens to all of us. We're all beautiful and positive and amazing, but you get older and you got to go to doctors and stuff. So he says he's at the doctor, and the doctor whispers to him. He's like, "Listen, buddy," he goes, "one thing I know for sure: the older you get, the less privacy you get. Now drop them." So he pulls down. So he pulls down his pants, and Lars goes, "And that was my eye doctor."
Y'all are giving me the terrors about getting old now.
No,
Thanks,
it's
Tom.
awesome, man. Listen, getting old's awesome, man. You just got to take care of your body. Drink a lot of water, a lot of walking, and spend time with beautiful, positive people that build you up. No one toxic, and you will kill it in life.
Yeah.
Stay off the TikTok.
The saying goes, if I know I would have lived this long,
I need to start taking my own advice. Denise tells you, she goes, "You're gonna die. You need to stop watching the news. That's gonna kill you."
Oh yeah, turn off the news.
Don't watch the news.
I haven't watched the news in about 2 years. Sometimes I'll just catch headlines or whatever, but my life is so much better. And it's not that I'm in denial, but it's just like you're just getting bombarded with just
And also it's both sides promoting fear and trying to have an agenda to make you operate in it one way anyway. That's a way that we don't want to go.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. We're not enemies of each other, yet there's a lot of media that wants us all just to
sure thing.
Yeah, that's one thing I have to be very picky on. When I'm for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be watching all the headlines closely, because the next episode I'll do my What's New segment and what's new and what's up. So for the next 2 weeks, I'm trying to catch anything that happens so I can try and throw it in there. And then,
will you be promoting? Will you be promoting a Jay Thompson as a superhero NFT card?
Or a cowboy.
Because I would pay for a card with you as a superhero, Jay.
He is into the astronaut thing.
Yeah.
I'm sure with the design team we can pull that off.
Just you holding an electric guitar like this, like it's an axe, like you're Thor, that I would pay for.
I would get a better design team, though.
Totally, yeah. It's some of the worst. Yeah, exactly. Photoshopping I've ever seen.
Yeah, I've been trying to think of that word all week long, talking about that. Photoshop. That's the name of the program.
Yeah,
I swear to God, I've talked to 3 people that there's
it's like 5 really bad yellow to purple photo copies and then a face put on it.
Yeah. It's like one of the first.
You just made my Christmas, Tom.
Oh man, Rory, I'm such a big fan of yours, man. I wish I could have a cup of coffee with you once a week, man. Seriously.
Oh man, you, me, and Lars definitely.
Oh my goodness, I just got
Diane. I just got some
Cubans. I got some Cubans as a gift for Christmas. I don't know. I shouldn't promote that on. It's illegal. I don't know. But
I was going to say, Tom talks about dying and then holds up.
Someone got me a very nice gift for Christmas. So I want to thank.
They're not wrapped too tight.
Yeah, exactly. The guy makes crepes on the side.
So I've got a question for y'all, tying into the Christmas theme. Talk a little bit about some of the best and or worst Christmas gifts you've ever received. Rory's reaction says he tells me he has a story.
In my adulthood, I really don't, give that many Christmas gifts or get that many anymore.
I got you. I'm just talking about all throughout.
Yeah, more than anything these days, it's like you see something you love, you want to get somebody to get them. But other than that, it's like, hey, you're in town, let me take you to dinner, that kind of thing. It's just more about, like we were talking about, just being with the people. But certainly got some really bad, hats and turtlenecks and shirts and articles of clothing that I will never wear and have never worn, that literally are still in a box with a tag on them for now 20 years, that I should probably just bring to the Army and Navy store, or to Goodwill, to give to some young kids who need them.
Oh yeah, Goodwill's always, there's always going to be somebody who will appreciate that sweater.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But in my old age now, especially after last night at that show, I'm looking at Rory's rocking it. Like, I'm a big fan of like bad Christmas sweaters with lights on them and stuff.
What's that picture, Rory? What's that
Very
picture?
cool. Very cool.
That's my best Christmas gift. I got her in August though. But
Hey, listen, Toys for Tots, man. Christmas in August.
Yeah. She used to like to dress up for Christmas.
Aw.
That's
for
adorable.
Christmas cards. We'd make Christmas cards with those.
That's awesome.
Heck yeah. The worst Christmas gifts that I get are always from my mom. My mom is she's a schizophrenic. She's out there a little bit. So, and she's stuck in a certain time period, kind of like if she gives us anything for my children, it'll always be like my daughter at the age of 5 and my son at the age of like 3. They're 12 and 9 now.
Right.
So the clothes are always way too small.
Right.
Half the time they're knitted and something that I hold up and I'm like, no. And then she'll give me some similar kinds of things like hand warmers and things like that. But my wife's like, oh, that's nice. And I'm like, you can have it.
Right.
I've had the same reaction my whole life.
That's nice. What do we do with it?
Yeah.
What I think of very good Christmas gifts, and I'm dead serious now, and I'm telling this to any loved ones that I have that are watching, is 2 or 3 really good pairs of thick winter socks. I'll take them every year. Thank you. Thank you. That's a great gift, because you can use them.
It's crazy how much you appreciate those more and more.
Totally. Good socks, man. Just like walking around the house in the winter with sweatpants on is like, that commercial when you're a kid. It's like, this costs $80. This costs that. This is priceless. That's priceless. A good pair of winter socks.
It's funny you mentioned socks, because I bought myself some new winter socks just last week, and I was so excited by it. It was like, oh my God.
Yeah, they're the best.
I'm telling you.
Hey, Diane, we talk about it often. It's the little things. It really is.
Yeah. It truly is. It truly is. It doesn't need to be fancy or expensive. It's often just the most kindest, simplest gesture, or thing.
I'm telling you, the ultra deep field print underwear, it's where it's at.
I think
the 9.5 just went to PG-13 status. Thank you.
I think that's one of the.
We're all talking about clothes for Christmas, and again, one of the best gifts I got was last year. My daughter got me a Godzilla sweater for Christmas.
That's cool. Yeah.
Wow. I've got to wear that tonight when I'm covering for Chris Duell on SDF tonight.
Yeah, that's a great. Yeah, any sweatshirt or sweater with a monster on it, I'd say, is a win-win. Yeah, totally.
I think I know someone here is going to squawk when I say about getting this as a bad gift. But can we please stop with the fruitcakes by now?
Yeah,
I know it's I'm the only one. I know it's almost sacrilege. What?
I kind of like fruitcake. Yeah, I'm with Rory. I kind of like fruitcake.
I love fruitcake, and my daughter will not touch it. She's like, "Oh my God, that tastes terrible."
Mm-hmm. I don't blame her.
It's a fermented fruit kind of thing.
Yeah. It's like a little goes a long way, but yeah, it's just sort of like the special annual treat,
Mm-hmm.
My family does the baklava.
I love baklava.
Never tried that.
Well, yeah.
Oh, man.
Going back to the Charlie Brown thing. I mean, some of those sweaters are so beautiful, and then the quotes. It's like really simple. It's like just Snoopy, or Charlie Brown saying, "Hey, listen, it's pretty simple. This life thing. Just be kind to people." And it's like it's the best,
Yeah.
Yes, it
Well, you know,
is.
everybody knows that track, Lucy and Linus, because that's actually the Peanuts. I mean, they use it like every Peanut special. Dun dun dun
It's
dun
great.
dun 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 dun
Yeah.
dun 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 dun.
It's so good.
But my favorite track on that Christmas special is when they're ice skating.
It's called
Yeah.
the song is called Skating. The song is called Skating, actually. Yeah.
I love that track, and that I hear it all the time at Christmas. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody loves that track.
Yeah,
it's
when
beautiful.
Bute
Yeah.
introduced it last night, he goes, "Yeah, this is my favorite. It's called Skating," and then you just see them. It's very dreamy.
Yeah.
Watching Snoopy skate. He made it look so easy.
The producer of those movies is the voice of Snoopy.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't know that.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, there's two brothers. I want to say Menendez is their name.
Mm-hmm.
There's two brothers, and one of them is the voice of Snoopy and all those cartoons.
Wow. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch that tonight. I'm gonna watch that tonight, definitely.
Oh, and it wasn't on network TV, was it? I was very bummed about that. It's like it was only on Apple TV or something. It's like, wait, you cannot take away Charlie Brown Christmas now.
Yeah.
Well, Tom was talking about that being, revolutionary on the television. What happened was, and I think it was 64 that they came out with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah, I believe it was 64. Yep. Yeah.
64 was Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and that went through the charts. It went through the roof, because it was a musical and it was Christmas, and that's when they decided, hey, let's take Schultz's work with the Peanuts and Charlie Brown. Let's make a special.
Right.
And I think it was a year or 2 years later that they put it together. And you told the story of how they went with Vince Guaraldi instead of Dave Brubeck, which is great.
Exactly.
Because I love Dave Brubeck.
They probably could have offered him more money when he was interested in it. Like,
oh my God, he probably kicked himself in the butt after it.
Anyway. Talk about legacy, unbelievable. Well, according to Butcher, which I need to go into that rabbit hole, he said Guaraldi was a strange piano player and almost played these tunes almost backwards, like deconstructed the songs. And he said that I should check out, and I will probably this week while I'm working, is check out his couple of his solo instrumental albums before then. He's known for them, but he's got some really amazing weird jazz albums, before that.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he actually had a hit in the early 60s, maybe 61 or 62, at a time which that doesn't happen anymore, when actually people had instrumental hits. He had a hit song.
Mm-hmm.
I love that everyone who's involved with what we're doing, whether you're up there, in age, or you're a young muffin like John Phipps, everyone has an old soul and has an appreciation.
You're a muffin.
Because at 12 years old, I remember, Groucho Marx being my hero, and Charlie Chaplin and stuff. Like at 12 years old, I was like an old soul already. And I think that's one of the really cool things about, like, Jay with 9.5 and, Renee just being this incredulous person who executes things, and then Diane is just this incredible wise King Solomon, just amazing, voice. Like, everyone really has this really cool thing to offer, but it really is like, it's almost like, a throwback to like the 60s, which I love that stuff. I mean, it's some of my favorite art, music, and everything.
Yeah. When I was a kid too, I used to listen to old time radio and like those old podcasts and watch as many old reruns as I could, just because I just felt like I lived during that time, So
right.
I did, but just really relating to that sense of unity and creativity and.
And radio is so bad now, unfortunately. But there are some cool special stations. But the whole idea of radio going to a place like that can almost affect your day. You listen to it, whether there's a talk radio show going on, and then music, and then like just having it on in the other room. Let's say you're working in one room, you hear it in the other room. It's just part of like the soundtrack of your day.
Yeah.
Instead of radio now, where every 3 hours you hear the same song, which is pretty heinous,
It's excruciating.
You ain't nothing but a dog player.
Yeah,
Frog player. I get it.
Oh,
man,
oh,
I didn't mean to take it to a negative turn. Sorry about that, guys.
I got my head out the sunroof.
Sorry about it. Sorry about that, guys. You know what I'm saying?
that's all right, Tom.
It's all good.
Well, we're coming down to the wire here. I'd like to hear one more word from our sponsors, and then we're going to hear a song from Diane Coll.
Woo, woo.
Happy
Right.
holidays, everybody.
Yes.
Awesome. So here is Diane Coll.
Here I am.
What are you going to play for us today?
Well, this is a song I wrote almost 2 years ago now. There was it's called Mary Mary, and there was the Grand Conjunction that we had about 2 winter solstices ago. And I just went for a walk that night, and it was just, I could, see the planets that were in the sky. And it was just this peace just came over me that I hadn't felt, I think, ever. And so that's what this song is about.
Okay.
Mary, Mary.
Magic surrounds without a sound. My heart sings with the lights. Mary I am. Mary I am. Christmas star, no shot in the dark. There's no greater peace up there that shines before my eyes. What I tried to erase is now blanketed in grace. Mary I am. Mary I am. Mary I am. Ooh. Ooh.
saw that comment up there. You might feel merry if you have a piece of fruitcake. I just saw that comment come up there that she's never had fruitcake. Might make her merry.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much, Diane. That was good.
Thank you so much, Jay.
And now, thank you, everybody, for coming out to Cloud 9.5. Make sure you check out all the other shows on Cosmos. If you could please find us on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Cosmos Creative TV. We've got Twitch, Twitter. There's so many different platforms, I can't keep up with them now. If there's a platform that you use, look up Cosmos Creative TV. You'll probably find we're on there too. So I'd like to personally thank everybody on my show today. Thank you, John Phipps and Tom Cheshire, for coming out. Thank you, Rory and Diane. You guys help me out with skits every episode. Thank you so much for helping me out with that. And thank you so much to Renee. She's the one in the control room setting up this whole thing for me, putting in the pictures and the tracks, the laugh tracks and everything like that. She's the master string holder behind the scenes. So thank you so much, Renee, for helping me out with this show. Everybody, have a safe and Merry Christmas. I'll see you all in 2 weeks. Make sure you check out the Cloud 9.5 episode on New Year's Day and Jay's Jam Fest on New Year's Eve. That'll be the big New Year's Eve party. See you guys then.